Welcome to the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network and welcome to Kings Arena. I'm John Mark Mills here with Don Crowder as we prepare for this conference matchup between the 8-3 Wheaton Thunder and the 7-0 North Park Vikings, a North Park Vikings team that seems to be very much improved from the last time that we saw them last year. This is the 87th meeting between these two teams, and it should be a good one.
Yeah, and we'll send it down to the floor for the national anthem and some starting lineups.
University. Number 5, a 5'9" junior from Chicago, Sinead Malloy. A 5'7" sophomore from DeKalb, number 10, Jackie Rapp. A 5'4" junior from Glendale Heights, Illinois, and Glenbard North High School, number 15, Zakiah Newsom. A 6' even sophomore from Adairsville, Georgia, number 22, Josie Somerville. And number 33, a 5'8" sophomore from Wheaton and Wheat-Warrenville South High School, Jayla Johnson. The Vikings are coached by Amanda Crockett. Here are the starters for your Wheaton College Thunder. Number 2, a 5'4" senior from Montgomery, Illinois, Kirsten Madsen. Number 10, a 5'10" junior from Fishers, Indiana, Hannah Williams. A 5'11" senior from East Peoria, Illinois, number 15, Jordan Myroth. Number 23, a 5'9" senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, Christy Dembski. And a 6'1" senior from Batavia, Illinois, number 34, Hannah Frazier. The Thunder is coached by Kent Madsen, assisted by Katie Cuthbert and Annie Jensler. The officials for tonight's game, Mark Rapinski, Mark Rofel, and Jason Wolf.
We prepare to get into this one for the Wheaton Thunder. As I mentioned before, Wheaton 8-3 coming into this one against the undefeated North Park Vikings, both 7-0 in overall and 2-0 in conference for this one. And it should be a great matchup as two very winning teams prepare to take the court.
Yeah, and we'll really get to see this North Park team for the first time this season. As you mentioned, doing a lot better than last season. They're currently undefeated. This Wheaton team has been very strong, but could they meet their match here at King Arena?
One tip, the North Park Vikings win this tip and prepare to bring it up court for the start of this game, the first possession of the game. As it's Rapp going into number 22 there, Somerville, who puts it up, lays it in, 2-0 North Park.
And Somerville there doing a great job getting around Fraser. That's going to be a really nice battle, Fraser versus Somerville.
Myroth over to Fraser. Finds to the top for Anna Williams. Williams into the corner, back for Myroth. Myroth surveys the court. He has a whistle here away from the play. It's like a foul on North Park. The Thunder will prepare to inbound. It's Myroth throwing it up high for Fraser. Fraser moves it back in to Myroth, who puts it up off the glass and in.
Williams, a guard that really is effective down low. We've seen her make a lot of crazy shots. Also is a great shooter from the outside. Really nice player for the Thunder.
Newsom into Somerville. Somerville working, nice block there. However, but returns the ball back, gets it up off the glass, and that will roll off the rim. Rebounded by Fraser. Brought back up court by the Thunder. This Myroth losing the ball, however, and it's taken back by the Vikings on a fast break opportunity. As it's Malloy putting it up. That one a little too hard. Looking for, kicks it out. Back to Newsom. Newsom drives, flips one up, and that goes in and counted, and the foul.
And that whole play starts because Wheaton can't get the offensive rebound. Look at it right here. That's a great pass to the outside, and look at this. Down to the hole. Really tough finish there from Newsom, but well done.
As you said, a very difficult shot to get off there, and she'll drop the free throw to make it a 3-point play. As Myroth will bring it up court. Gets it over to Fraser, who kicks it out to Madsen. Back to Williams, in for Myroth. Gets it back, fakes the shot. Looks to go back into Myroth. Myroth defended heavily here, and well, Madsen now in the corner, steps back towards the baseline, feeds it up for Myroth, who scoops it up, and that goes off the left side of the rim and bounces out. Bringing it up the court is Rapp. Rapp thinks about the shot, goes out to Somerville. Somerville slows it down to Malloy. Malloy now working. Moves it over for Rapp. Rapp. A few thoughts about taking up the shot here. Goes into Johnson. The ball is stripped there by Fraser.
Fraser coming over with the help defense. Johnson looked like she might have gotten a good look, but Fraser, she knows that they're going to go to Jayla Johnson every time. Leading scorer for the Vikings. Good job shutting that play down.
Madsen over to Myroth, gets it in for Fraser. Fraser puts that one up, and that one will roll in. The Vikings now slowly bring this one up court. It's Newsom. The ball plays it into Malloy. Malloy thinking about feeding into Jayla, but instead finds the hole there and is able to put that one up. Myroth once again, Wheaton trailing 7-4 in this one. Gets pass over to Madsen. Madsen finds Dembski. Fraser now, and then across to Madsen. Madsen with a nice spin move, trying to penetrate into the paint. Cuts it back out. A three is put up, and she hits that one. That is Dembski with the three.
And that's just trademark Christy Dembski with the quick release. Shooting 43% from behind the arc this season. Definitely one of the better shooters for the Thunder over her career. Great shot.
Rapp. Slipping around. Gives it to Malloy. Malloy into Johnson. Johnson puts that one up. That one goes too hard, and it'll be rebounded by the Thunder. Fast break opportunity here as it's Madsen bringing it up. Madsen stops. Cuts it over to Dembski. Dembski finds Myroth. Thinks about it, goes into Fraser. Working on Somerville. That will deflect off of Somerville, and it'll stay with Wheaton.
Yeah, we don't usually see players that are able to go toe-to-toe with Fraser down low, but Somerville right there playing smart, staying straight up, didn't commit a foul, and a good defensive play by the Vikings. It's going to be crucial here for the Thunder to get Fraser going early. They've struggled at times this season to get their star player up and running. 2 points already on the board for her. We'll see if she can add some more.
Right, that pass right off the baseline into Fraser for an easy bucket. And as you mentioned, Somerville, the tallest player on this North Park team, so definitely look for her to be playing Fraser a good deal this game. Pass goes over to number 1, newly entered the game for the Vikings. That's Johnson, kicks it back out. That's 3 ball is good for number 13 for the Vikings. Now bringing it up court is Myroth. Myroth kicks it out. Now we'll go back to Myroth in the corner. Thinks about the shot. Opts for the pass instead. Goes into Frazier once again. Frazier tries to find Myroth just a little behind her, and that pass will go off her hands and out of bounds.
And those were 2 real kind of slippery plays there as Frazier got it down low, trying to do her trademark one dribble step back play, but ball rolled off of her hands. Hannah Swider in for the Thunder now adds a little bit of hustle here at the guard position. We'll see if she can add something to this Thunder offense.
Ball goes over to Malloy. Malloy into Garner. Garner tries to put that up, but that Frazier able to collect that rebound, and it's Myroth pushing the ball quickly up court. Goes to number 12, Jackson. Jackson finds Madsen. Madsen throws one high up, and that'll not hit anything, and it'll go back for a Vikings ball.
Yeah, that shot going so high, it hit the shot clock. And of course, shot clock being out of bounds. Not the play that you want to see from the Thunder, especially on the fast break. This Wheaton team likes to take it slow. They like to use up most of the shot clock, but right there, not really the best decision. Both of those shots really were not the best.
Ball goes to Garner, kicks it out. This shot put up once again. That one a little short this time. And it'll be brought back up court by the Thunder. Jackson moves it out for number 22 for the Thunder, Swider. Swider goes off the rim. No good on that one. Newsom back out to Malloy. Into Johnson, who puts that one in. That just rims out. Looked like a good shot, but nothing doing there. Now it's Myroth once again. Perhaps thinking of taking it to the hole, and she does, and she'll get the foul call drawn on her.
And that foul call bailing out the Vikings from having to deal with a wide open Frazier. And a little bit surprised there at how quickly North Park sort of collapsed on Myroth. And Frazier was wide open, so maybe the pick and roll or something along that idea, getting it into Frazier, drawing the defenders, could be nice for the Thunder.
Myroth driving again. Looks like she stepped out of bounds, and yes, she did. Or, no, I think we have actually a foul call on the Vikings, excuse me. She's able to stay in bounds there, and Myroth will take the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like just a little bit of a blocking foul. Defender couldn't quite keep up with Myroth. She's very quick, very tall, able to drive, force players to drop. So dangerous on fast breaks as well.
A bit of discussion here, trying to figure out what that call was on, and then it'll go back into Myroth, who kicks it back out for Frazier. Frazier tries to drive. Looks like she'll get another blocking foul call here. And the Thunder will run this inbound play once again.
The Vikings quickly have 4 fouls in this first quarter.
Frazier now drops it out for Myroth. Myroth over to Swider. Swider thinks about going to Madsen, thinks better of it. Let's move back into Myroth and quickly into Frazier, who kicks it back out. Now Swider with the 3. This one also is too hard, and it's recovered by Panther for the Vikings. Now goes to Newsom. Newsom watched by Williams. Gets it over for Garner. Garner working on Williams. Kicks it over for Valason. Thinks about the shot and moves it over for Newsom. Back to Garner. Garner with time running on the shot clock. Puts up a 3, and that one goes in. Actually, excuse me, it looks like her foot was on the line for that one, as it'll be just a 2-point shot there. It'll be brought up by Myroth. Into Frazier. Frazier immediately double team, then works through that double team, finds Myroth, and a nice little play up to Frazier, but she leaves that one short. Newsom surveying up court. She'll get called for the travel, actually. That'll be another turnover for the Vikings.
Yeah, it could be a big turnover there. The veteran Newsom, she's a junior there, committing that travel. Wheaton has not led in this game. North Park still up 12-9 here. And Wheaton has struggled shooting the ball, particularly the 3-point, only 1 for 3 on the night.
It's Myroth taking the ball. into Williams. Williams now over to Zeller. Zeller trying to look for Swider on the side there, but that's a turnover for the Thunder. And pushing it quickly up court is Garner. Garner looks, stops, thinks about the shot, goes out to Newsom. Newsom is able to penetrate, and that one rolls in. And extending this lead to now a 5-point lead for the Vikings. Brought up by Myroth. Thunder looking to end this little bit of a scoreless drought that they've been on. Ball goes up top for Williams. Williams moves it into Berg. Berg out to Swider. Swider with a wide open three, and this one she drains.
And we're used to seeing that play right there. Swider in the corner, wide open three. She's not going to miss that.
Newsom. Ball moves over to this close side. Out. Back up top for Newsom off her knee, but she's able to corral that one, and this is play back underway. Drives the basket. Cuts it out for Garner. Garner with time running out, looking for some penetration here. Kicks it out for a shot from Gleason that goes way off, and that is an air ball. They'll go for a Wheaton inbound.
Airtight defense being played there by the Thunder. As we have a different lineup than we've seen all night. Berg has come on as well as Sanjul. Zeller is on as well.
Sanjul bring it up court. Looking on Garner. Moves it over to Swider. Over to Berg. Berg back to Swider. Swider with a little pump fake. Kicks it back out. And this shot will not matter because it looks like Berg knocked number 13 for the Vikings down here.
Oh, good call there from the referees. Swider beat her man because they had to come out to contest that deadly three-point shot, but just a little bit too much velocity going forward and a really brave charge taken there. Good call from the refs, and now North Park with a chance to extend their lead.
Garner will bring it up court. Working on number 4 for the Thunder, Sanjul. This ball swings over to Patterson. Patterson trying to drive. This ball is picked up and buried by Panthier. Sanjul now. Thunder trailing by 4 as we enter the last minute of this first quarter. Over to Berg. Berg back up to Sanjul. Sanjul has space there, opts not to take the shot. Instead goes back to Berg, who drops it off for Swider. Swider swings it over to Zeller. Zeller looking for an option. Finds Berg. His time is running out on the shot clock. Goes in. This shot is put up and rolls, takes 2 bounces and will not fall. Ball's brought up by Patterson. Kicks it out for Villison. Villison with the scoop layup and is knocked. A heavy collision there between those 2 players. It looks like Wheaton will be called for the foul.
Yeah, just coming over here, Zeller gets beat, so Berg, just with the help defense, trying to go for the big block, commits the foul.
And she certainly has the height to block a shot like that, but just commits the foul through that excessive contact. Maybe number 3 and Villison taking these free throws, seeking to add to this 5-point Viking lead. Yeah, as we've mentioned, the Vikings have been doing extraordinarily well this year in comparison to last year, where they only won 11 games and were 5th, 6-10 in the CCIW, so definitely a much improved team. And we're seeing that right away as Sanjul brings the ball up for the Thunder, looking to try to cut into this lead to enter the final 15 seconds this quarter. Sanjul with Garner defending her heavily, moves it into Berg. 5 seconds now. Berg finds the shot there from Dembski, and that one goes off, and it'll be a 6-point lead after this first quarter for the Vikings.
And just a little bit of a disappointing end to that quarter as Wheaton seemed to be putting together some good plays. That Dembski 3 capping off their 12-point quarter. Couldn't get it going there, but right now we're seeing just what that Vikings offense can do. They're scoring from everywhere on the court, down low, outside. And John Mark, I'm pretty surprised at how much success they've had in the paint. We know that this is a Wheaton team that does not lack in height or size. Frazier and Berg down low, both standing well above 6 feet, getting any block they want really down low. But right now the Vikings doing a great job spreading the floor, setting picks, and it's just a really exciting game to watch.
Yeah, exactly, especially with their top scorer, Jayla Johnson, only being scoreless in this first quarter. That's an impressive 18 points put up by this North Park team to not have to rely on that top scorer of theirs to, kind of carry them through this game. Yeah, we got 5 points from Newsom, 2 points from Malloy, 2 for Villison. So just overall a very balanced attack that we're seeing from the Vikings so far. That's kind of seems to be the story that they've had all year long. But Thunder still only down 6. So as we enter this second quarter, so definitely looking to try to cut into this lead. And it should not be out of their reach quite yet. And it goes for a Thunder possession into Frazier. Frazier, who you mentioned we want to see get going and driving. There is Williams and scoops that one up and off the glass.
Williams not wasting any time.
Newsom, leading scorer for the Vikings in that first quarter with 5. Moves over to Patterson and have a foul call on the Vikings, and that'll result in a turnover.
Really great start to the second quarter for Wheaton. Seems like they just have a little bit more urgency now. Playing in front of the home crowd here at King Arena. Down 4 to essentially crosstown rivals in North Park.
That shot put up by Madsen, and that one goes in for a quick 5 points for the Thunder to start this second quarter. This ball gets swung into Malloy. Malloy finds penetration, stops, puts this shot up, and she'll she'll have a foul called on her, a travel, I believe.
Yeah, we'll look at it right there. Great call. Good vision from the referees there to see that 2 straight travels, 2 straight turnovers for North Park. Not a good sign.
Yep, Myroth now. Wheaton with a chance to tie or even take the lead now on this possession as it's Frazier working on Somerville, who's really giving her a lot of trouble down there in that paint area. Might be difficult for her to get going. This is now into Myroth. Myroth back into Frazier. They're trying this again. Frazier works with a nice move and scoops that one up, but she will draw the foul.
Yeah, we know that this is Frazier's sweet spot, just an arsenal of moves down low. Going to work on Somerville. Somerville just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, good job by Frazier to make that move to be able to get into a position to scoop that one up towards the basket. Yeah, definitely need her to get going, I think, for the Thunder if they want to try to keep this game close. So seeing that she was able to draw a foul on that play is really huge. This is now, if this one gets buried, which will not, but that nevertheless is 5 straight points for the Thunder to cut this lead down to just, this deficit down to just 1. That's Newsom bringing the ball up. Moves it over to Patterson. Patterson looking for an option, finds Newsom. Newsom to Malloy. Malloy, and yet another turnover for the Vikings. That is 3 straight turnovers to start this second quarter.
Yeah, it might be just an illegal screen there. Somerville coming in a bit too low on Dembski. And what is going on with the Vikings right now? I wonder what's going on with that bench. We have not seen a timeout despite Wheaton clearly coming out with a different game plan.
Yeah, just 3 straight turnovers allowing Wheaton to cut this lead down. As the ball gets into Frazier. Frazier with the quick turnaround. That one is a little bit too hard, but it's rebounded and moved back out to Madsen. We'll have a travel call this time on the Thunder, however, and we'll have a turnover for the Thunder this time.
Yeah, that one was tough. Just look at right here. She gets the ball. She's leaning on her right leg, so it's a bit more of a movement to try and cut to your left, and slipped a little bit, and it's an interesting call, but it's certainly the right call.
Garner over to Malloy. Back to Johnson. Johnson cuts, splits 2 defenders and puts that one up. It'll roll off the front of the rim. Rebounded, however, it looks like we'll have a jump ball here, which I believe will go to, not sure who it's going to go to in this situation. It will go to the Vikings. Malloy will look to inbound this one. Able to find Garner. Garner over to Johnson, and now to Patterson. Patterson swings around and cuts towards the middle. This one drives and puts it up. Little short there, and it's rebounded by Myroth. Myroth quickly trying to bring it up court. She's got 2 defenders In transition still, Madsen now swinging. Moves it out. Picked up here. Able to go into Dembski. Now Frazier. Frazier working once again on Somerville. That one's too hard, but then Myrov with the rebound. Maybe had a little more time than she thought she did. Frazier working with 3 defenders swarming her and is able to keep that ball up for Madsen. Madsen kicks it over to Williams. Now once again out this three-pointer. This one just rims out. We'll have a foul called nonetheless.
Yeah, let's see this here. Dembski, yeah, I got her on the arm. Very silly foul there from Rapp. No need to come in like that. But now Dembski, after missing that 3, she's going to get a chance at 3 free throws. And just not the start to the second quarter that the Vikings wanted to see.
Yeah, Malloy pretty upset with herself on that play, giving up that foul as Dembski will hit that first free throw to bring this to a tie game. Currently 6-0 in favor of the Thunder in the second quarter. The Vikings have yet to score. So definitely a good response by the Thunder, but definitely aided along by the mistakes that the Vikings have made already. We have the final 7. In the 7 minutes, she'll miss this third free throw. It'll be brought up by Newsom. Newsom over to Patterson. Brings it to Garner. Garner moves it over, then driving into 3 defenders, and she'll draw a charge, the Thunder will actually.
Well, here we go. Madsen, smallest player on the court, but using her size to her advantage there. Taking the charge. Frazier was beat. Not really much Madsen could have done, so way to put her body on the line for the team.
Myroth. Bring this one up court. Finds Frazier. Frazier thinks about driving and instead goes out to Williams. Williams stops. Nice pass into Myroth, who kicks it out for Frazier. Wide open 3. She drains that one. Big 3 here. Now the Thunder have extended this to a 4-point lead, which will prompt a timeout from the Vikings bench.
And finally that timeout comes. Let's see this 3 from Frazier again. No lack of confidence there. Wide open, yes, but Frazier, as we know, can make those shots. Wheaton having a lot of players that really can stretch the floor like that, but this timeout, I think, has come a little bit too late. North Park kind of on a roll to end that first quarter. Gave up a couple turnovers, gave up a couple points. Now they're staring at a 4-point deficit. And we know that this Wheaton team, when they go on runs, they go on runs. And this lead might just keep building. The Vikings really have to notice that this is a crucial time right now. They don't want the game to get out of hand in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's now a 10-point run, 10-0 run for the Thunder in this second quarter. You wonder, yeah, if the timeout maybe should have come after perhaps the second of those bad turnovers from the Vikings. Nevertheless, it will be a 4-point lead, and trying to move it into Johnson. Can't quite, and that ball is taken away. Myroth now. Part of that great passing play that we saw last play. Cuts towards the baseline. Moves it out before we have another travel call, a 4th of the game. Seems to be a pretty common call in this one so far.
Yeah, that one on freshman Annie Tate, who's just come into the game. Not what you want to happen to your freshman players. They got to keep their confidence up, and that came after she made a really great steal on the other end. And now Vikings with a chance to cut into this lead.
Newsom moves it over, and then finding the ball is Villison. Villison drops it into the corner. Now a pass finds Johnson. Johnson kicks out to Garner. Garner with a little skip step there, moves it back out. They'll go once again to Villison. Villison loses control of it. It'll go to Newsom. Newsom able to maintain that ball. Trying to go to Johnson. Another nice takeaway from the Thunder. Myroth with that takeaway. And then given right over to Williams. Williams a little bit too hard on that shot. And then it's Tate trying to put it up, and she'll draw the foul.
And way to be in the right position. Tate fighting for it. And of course goes up, gets hit from behind. Big free throws here.
Yeah, the Vikings still just have not scored yet in the second quarter. I believe that's their 4th or 5th turnover of this quarter so far. So just really just kind of collapsing in the second quarter right now. Timeout seems to not have had a ton of impact. We'll see if they can get it going here. As Tate buries both those free throws, and it'll be brought up by Newsom. Played over to Villison. Goes back to Garner. Garner looking for penetration. Nice defense from Tate. This one goes out to Villison, who puts up the three. Got that one. First bucket for the Vikings in the second quarter. Three-pointer from Villison. This goes over to Frazier. Frazier has Tate swinging across, and there will be a foul call here on the Vikings.
And John Mark, that three-pointer from Villison, that was their first made shot in the second half, but the second quarter, but it's actually only their second attempted shot. So it's not that their offense isn't making and shooting shots. They're shooting 50% in the quarter. It's the fact that they keep turning the ball over. So that's just a testament to this incredible Wheaton defense.
Yeah, exactly. They're turning the ball over before they even get an opportunity to shoot the ball. So exactly, as you said, it's not that they're missing their shots. It's just that they're not even getting the opportunity to shoot the ball. So definitely great job by the Thunder defense in this second quarter to keep the Vikings at just 3 points. Incredible defense. This three is put up, and that one will be short. A little far three taken there, and it'll be Tate moving over to Myroth. Myroth into Williams. This one goes to Myroth, and she knocks her defender over, but no call. Pass goes to Tate, but off her hands, will be picked up by number 11, Lee. Lee goes into Villison. Villison tries to feed it into Johnson, but we'll have a foul call on this play.
Now it looks like Swider there just getting a little bit too much contact, and yeah, it did seem like something went wrong there as Villison put that shot up. And no, it won't be a shooting foul. Okay, that's interesting. So the foul coming before the shot, so Swider must have gotten her on a hip check.
Lee out to Johnson. Finds Newsom. Goes back to Lee. Swings over to Villison. Villison stops. This pass goes up for Johnson, but that's not even close, and Frazier easily takes that one away. Johnson was double teamed there, but then she strips the ball from Frazier, diving on the court. Nice hustle there to try to create a turnover from the Thunder, which they will do, actually. They will get the ball back from that play, so great hustle from number 33, Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson forcing the loose ball foul on Frazier, and now we see maybe a little bit of a turn coming here as the Vikings looking a bit more confident.
Yeah, the Vikings forcing a few turnovers of their own here. This goes into Villison. Villison looks for Johnson. Johnson with a nice little pivot move and puts that one. That's a sweet finish there from Johnson. We can tell why she is their leading scorer. It's Sam Jewell now bringing the ball up court. Sam Jewell into Swider. Swider now to Frazier. Frazier working on Somerville. That one's short. Tries to find the rebound, but it'll go off her hands, and we'll go back to the Vikings.
And Frazier has 8 points, but I think only 2 of them have come on. Oh, excuse me, that was Johnson. Never mind.
This ball swung over to Lee. Lee puts up the three and buries that one. Now back in front are the Vikings. They seem to have weathered the storm that the Thunder threw at them, and now they're burying some shots. 2 threes in this quarter. Ball goes into Swider. Now to Sam Jewell. Jewell working on Newsom. Nice little crossover move. Steps back. Swider with perhaps an open opportunity. Now into Frazier. Frazier thinks about it. Can't quite get up a shot. Nice, great defense from the Vikings on Frazier. The ball will, however, stay with the Thunder here with just 3 seconds left on the shot clock. So they're going to have to figure out a quick strike here if they want to take this lead back.
And I really liked how energetic the Vikings bench got right there as the action moved closer to them, cheering on their teammates. Huge X factor in this arena setting to have a bench that supports their players.
Williams to Frazier. Frazier just chucks that one up. More strong defense from Johnson on Frazier, really just giving her problems all game long. Yeah, the bench really showing their appreciation for this great defense that the Vikings are playing right now, as it's Villison with the ball. Villison driving, scoops that one up a little too hard, it goes back into Lee. Lee throws up, and that one won't drop, but she'll draw the foul.
Another offensive rebound for the Vikings, and another foul, and really we should not be seeing the Vikings get those over this much taller Wheaton team, and right now the Vikings even playing with a smaller lineup. Johnson right now, typically a 3 or a 4, matched up against Frazier, who's got a couple inches on her, so good job from the Vikings to get these rebounds.
Yeah, noticeably taller team are the Thunder, with, as I mentioned earlier, only one player on the Vikings exceeding 6 feet tall, so definitely troubling to see that the Vikings are able to get a lot of these offensive boards. At least if you're a Thunder fan. Obviously, if you're a Vikings fan, then this is exactly what you want to see, as it's Sanjul now. We'll move this one up court. Kicks it out to Dembski. Back to Sanjul. Sanjul driving. Just great defense, staying with that drive from Sanjul. Is Newsom. Really solid defense, just trying to throw that up. Is Sanjul.
North Park has recaptured the lead here. They're up 3 now. So certainly recovering after that timeout. They played a lot better since then.
Newsom. Into Lee. Lee has one of the threes that the Vikings have. Throws that one up. It goes back to Johnson. Johnson with the rebound, and this one's taken by Zeller. Zeller. Out to Dembski. Now to Sanjul. Into Frazier. Frazier once again with this 1v1 with Johnson. Decides to kick it out and goes back to Frazier. Frazier with a nice feed to Williams. Williams, however, can't bury it. That was a nice pass, but couldn't put it up quick enough. Goes to Villison. We'll get the foul call, I believe, on Frazier, perhaps.
Oh, Zeller just coming around trying to do the old poke. Villison once again at the line. Really been one of the more energetic offensive players for the Vikings with 5 points. She hasn't missed a free throw yet either.
Yeah, 1 3-pointer from Villison, and now 3 for 3 from the line. 6 points in this second quarter alone. So been a big factor in kind of bringing these Vikings out of the slump that they experienced early on, but she'll miss that one, however. Myroff looking way down court. Will be kicked out for Frazier. Frazier kicks it back out. Shot is taken, and that one is buried. Thunder now within 1 off of that 3. Very tight game here, just as we expected. Newsom bringing it up court, and it'll get thrown across to Lee. Lee into Johnson, who's able to find some separation, but blocked by Frazier.
And that's what we're used to seeing. Frazier coming over on the help. Myroth was beat. Johnson just doesn't see her coming, tries to put it up, and Frazier is there.
Villison now. Looking for an opening. Moves it back up to the top. Gets the ball back. Cuts. Looking for penetration. This ball is touched out of her hands by Dembski. Great defensive play there. Goes up to Myroth. Pass way down court is just too far, but able to kick it out to Dembski, and that shot rims out. Newsom now. Up to Villison. Villison sees a wide open lane and just gets bodied down to the ground, and that's an easy call there on the Thunder, and she'll go back to the line.
Look at her. She's going to go in between almost 4 Wheaton players. Foul coming down. Villison not wasting any time getting back to the charity stripe.
Yep, now her 3rd trip to the line of the quarter. Really, as you said, providing a lot of energy for this Vikings team. Yeah, just a wide open lane that she was able to find on that drive. Would have been a free bucket had she not been fouled. She'll miss the second one, so she's now missed 2 of her free throws as Myroth pushes the ball down court. Kicks it out to Dembski. Dembski now goes into Tate. Tate steps up. That one Goes off the back of the rim. He'll go to Lee. Villison swings it over, now looking in for Johnson. Nice pass there, a nice reception from Johnson. Lee finds the rebound, tries to scoop it up, and will draw the foul. That's 2 offensive rebounds once again for the Vikings.
Yeah, and you can just see it here. Look at the height disparity. Just covered by Wheaton players. Lee somehow comes up with it and is able to draw the foul. And right now it's equal, 7-7 for offensive rebounds, but it shouldn't be equal, I've got to say, because Wheaton has that size advantage. North Park probably coming into this game expecting to lose a bit on the glass, but that just hasn't been the case tonight.
Yeah, 7 rebounds for Johnson, so getting it done in that regard as Lee will take this final free throw and is able to bury that one. Now a 3-point lead for the Vikings, and we enter the final 27 seconds of this quarter. Myroth. Bring it up slowly this time. Surveys the court and decides to drive the basket. Kicks it out. Perhaps rolled off her hand, but we'll go back to Berg. And looking, trying to get it into Dembski once again. A little miscue, but the Thunder regain the ball. And Williams throws it up, and that just rims out barely. And now it's Lee bringing it up court, dribbling off her foot. However, that'll roll out of bounds, and the Thunder will have a shot with 1.5 seconds to play to try to cut into this lead a little bit.
Yeah, interesting to see what they go with here. Not much they can do except get a 3.
Myroth will inbound the ball. She's got Dembski close by. She'll try to go over the head. It's Newsom chucking it up, and that one will hit the backboard. A good shot at that last opportunity, but nevertheless, we will exit this first half 31-28 lead for the Vikings. A lot of rebounds for them. They were able to weather the storm that the Thunder threw at them and still come out of this second quarter with a lead.
Yeah, and I liked how you mentioned Jayla Johnson's rebound total. She's 1 for 7 from the field tonight, but I would argue she's definitely been one of the highlights of this North Park team. So even though she hasn't had the best shooting night, she's really doing a great job defending, playmaking, and of course rebounding. And you also mentioned earlier the scoring spread out for North Park, just listing off some of them. Newsom with 5, Villison with 7, Lee with 6. So this North Park team, they play as a team, and they're doing a great job, and they're showing us why they are undefeated.
Yeah, exactly. Jayla Johnson, as we've mentioned, the highest scorer for the Vikings, and even though she's not putting up the point total, she's still able to be an impactful player with these 6 boards. As we will take a break here, and as we will welcome you back in a little bit for the second half.
Be inspired as you seek to make a difference in the lives of children as an elementary, middle, or high school teacher.
Be challenged by a strong academic program that prepares you for the leadership skills needed to lead a classroom.
Be equipped with the strategies and tools from experienced professors in a program that boasts a 100% passing rate for all licensure exams.
Be inspired to lead others to the Christian faith as professional English language teachers serving across the globe.
Be challenged as you dive deep into learning about other cultures while understanding how to create the bridge between English and the native language of your students.
Be equipped as you gain valuable skills and lessons from leading researchers and teachers in the field who have decades of experience and whose work spans 6 continents.
Be inspired by diving deep into the study of the Bible and understanding the theology behind our faith.
Be challenged with advanced study of biblical and theological knowledge.
Be equipped to expand your knowledge, build your academic skills, develop critical reflection, and serve for Christ in His kingdom.
Be inspired as you grow in your ministry and collaborate with other leaders like you.
Be challenged, stretch your thinking, and deepen your understanding of your mission.
Be equipped to raise your level of leadership as you raise up faithful followers of Christ.
Be inspired to serve a world filled with justice and suffering.
Be challenged with a rigorous academic program that trains you to analyze psychological theory and research from a faith-based worldview and apply it to serve the needs of individuals and families in need of healing.
Be equipped to integrate your Christian faith and practice with the best of contemporary scholarship and professional standards in the disciplines of clinical psychology, counseling, and marriage and family therapy.
One word I'd use to describe my Wheaton experience is purposeful. And I say purposeful because through people and experiences here, the Lord has been teaching me to reorient my desires and aspirations for work in His kingdom.
Flourishing. I chose the word flourishing because of the specific leadership and mentorship opportunities I've experienced at Wheaton and how they've allowed me not only to grow here, but given me the confidence to navigate life after Wheaton.
Winning. I chose the word winning because I feel like all my friends and professors have encouraged me to have a winning mindset.
Full. I chose the word full because my Wheaton College experience has been full of mentorship and friendship here, and I've been left with intergenerational friendship that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life.
Transformative. The reason why I chose the word transformative is because of all the ways I've been influenced by my professors, my peers, and my friends at my time at Wheaton.
Rooted. The reason I chose the word rooted is because I am leaving Wheaton grounded in both my faith and calling.
Unexpected. The reason I chose this word is because I expected to be challenged by Wheaton's academics, but I wasn't expecting how I would be challenged and grown through Wheaton's athletics, student life, and student engagement.
Deep. I chose the word deep because of the deep relationships I've been able to build with friends and all the people I've been able to meet at Wheaton.
Holistic. I chose that word because Wheaton has taken my education and my vision for my life and it's expanded it and shaped it physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in every way.
Journey. The reason why I chose Journey is because of the many highs and lows that I've experienced here at Wheaton. These highs and lows are a taste of what life after Wheaton is going to be like. And this is why I love Wheaton.
Welcome back to the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. John Mark Mills here with Don Crowders in Kings Arena. 31-28 lead for the Vikings. Able to handle a 10-0 run by the Thunder in the second quarter and maintain a lead. The Thunder's trying to come back in this one to try to tie this one up. We'll see if they can get off to the same type of start that they did in the second quarter. As the ball gets kicked over to Frazier. Frazier to Madsen. Haven't heard much of Madsen's name this game so far. It's now Myroth. Myroth into Frazier, who undoubtedly will be a huge player in this game. She's able to come up with this rebound, something that we were definitely looking for. Scoops that one up, and that one's short as well.
And once again, that's Somerville just corralling Frazier, not letting anything go down low.
Ball swings over to Malloy. Malloy driving. That one way off target. Will be brought up by Williams. Williams kicks it over to Dembski. Dembski now to Frazier. Somerville and Frazier. This has been a matchup we've had to watch all night long. Is now Dembski into Williams. A little bump there from Malloy, and that looks like will be a foul call.
Yeah, just Williams is going to get it, and then before she does, Malloy coming over, colliding with her.
Ball inbounded to Frazier. Frazier kicks it over to Dembski. Dembski quickly into Williams. Williams, nice help defense there from Somerville to come over and contest that shot. will go off of a Vikings defender and will go back for the Thunder. Frazier hands it to Myroth. Myroth over to Madsen. Madsen defended heavily by Newsom. Kicks out to Dembski. To Williams, driving, splits two defenders. Was able to split the defenders, got the rebound. Myroth keeps it. We'll have a foul call here on it. Looks to be number 10, Rapp for the Vikings. A nice, long, extended possession here for the Thunder.
And really, that's coming off of two really great hustle players in Myroth and Williams. Williams getting the first with that steal, and then Myroth lost it initially, but was able to get it past, drawing the foul. Lots of hustle coming out of the gates in the second half.
Yeah, but this possession you'd like to see translate to a basket as it's Frazier working, and it will. Able to touch that one up and off the glass. And that was a fruitful but long possession for the Thunder, as it's Newsom now bringing the ball up. Newsom over to Garner. Garner has Johnson calling for the ball. Said kicks out to Shuayeski. Shuayeski into Johnson, but that ball is easily picked away by Myroth. Myroth now with a fast break opportunity. Kicks out Madsen. Madsen with an open three. That one with a far rebound bounces out to Williams, but then taken by Somerville. Somerville moves it to Garner. Palms it down. Cuts back towards the center, but met immediately by Frazier. Now Newsom. To Johnson. Johnson cuts, spins. We'll get the foul call, I believe, on Frazier here.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at Somerville off the ball. Just great job setting these screens. Great job initiating contact. And she does really well to try and force mismatches. She tried to switch on to Dembski and get it down low, but I've been really impressed with her play tonight. She's pretty much locked up Frazier, only 10 points for the All-American Wheaton player.
And Frazier will now exit the game to be replaced by Berg as Shuayeski puts this one up and drops her second three of the game, converting her these 14 minutes that she's been out on the court into 2 threes. 2 big threes, I might add, too. I believe she made the first shot that put the Vikings on the board in the second quarter, so it's now Berg with the ball. We'll see if she has better luck against Somerville. This is now moved in to Williams. Williams throws up. She gets the rebound. Does Berg and kicks it out back to Williams. Williams, however, will get called with the foul here and we'll have a turnover.
Yeah, look at this extension right there with the left arm. And of course, Garner had the ball anyway with the steal, but still up for North Park, controlling out of the gate.
As now the Thunder's 11th turnover of the game as Garner drives, tries to find Somerville. Goes off the hands of Berg. They'll have a jump ball. I believe that means that this will stay with the Vikings. They get wrapped up there in the paint, and it will indeed stay with North Park. It'll be Newsom inbounding this one. Somerville to Johnson. Johnson over to Newsom. Oh, knocked down almost by Dembski, and Shuayeski's able to regain control of that one. Garner now working on Madsen with the shot clock running down to 3. In a bad position here, goes into Somerville. Somerville has to put it up, and she will draw the foul at the end of the shot clock. Really unfortunate call there.
I don't know, let's see this right here. It goes off right there, and then there's the foul. The foul comes up just a split second after. And of course, this is Division III college basketball. We don't exactly have replays. We don't exactly have those quick time things, but Somerville getting the free throws here. Not sure if that's a legitimate call, but of course, it's what's going to happen.
Yeah, very quick play there between the shot clock and the foul. Somerville will make 1 of 2. And Myroth will bring the ball quickly up court, driving. Cuts towards the basket, but that was a little short. Nice defense by Shuayeski. This Newsom going over to Garner. Garner now puts this one up. That one rolls out, and then it's tapped out back to Myroth. Myroth with 4 Viking defenders around her. Kicks out to Madsen. Madsen finds penetration and lifts that one up. Just a little floater, and then tries again, but will draw the foul on that shot attempt.
And good job to chase down this offensive rebound. It kind of falls to her, but no hesitation, puts it right back up. Somerville has the height advantage, but just not quick enough to try and block that. Instead catches her, and now Matson with 2 well-deserved free throws.
And the Vikings doing a really good job of getting back to play defense on these fast breaks, really not letting the Thunder push the ball quickly up and get odd man situations so far in this game. Just overall, the Vikings are playing extraordinarily good defense this entire game. It'll be Madsen will take this second free throw. She'll hit that one and cut this lead down to just 3. Newsom. Williams watching her, goes over to Lee. Lee has 6 points, hit an important 3 in that second quarter as well. Newsom now, driving. Nice block there, however, by Berg to keep that one out.
Help defense coming over and really big there. Berg, not too many minutes tonight, but she's done very well with what she has. 2 blocks in this game, couple rebounds as well.
Yeah, and with this height advantage, we definitely hope to see more of that from the Thunder as this ball gets kicked out to Lee. Lee has proven that she's dangerous from there. That one just rolls out, however. It'll go back to Myroth. Myroth into Berg. Berg on Johnson. Kicks it back out to Madsen. Took a foul away from the play, perhaps, this time on the Vikings.
And it looks like it's going to go the other way, actually. So an offensive off-the-ball foul. Maybe Williams just getting a little bit too physical with Johnson down low.
Yeah, I thought that was on Johnson there. It looked like the Thunder bench was kind of applauding that play, but either way, it will be Viking balls. It's Johnson now. Johnson moves into Lee. Lee has space. Goes over to Newsom. Newsom back to Johnson. To Garner. Garner with 6 seconds remaining on this shot clock. Cuts back. Nice little move there, but Madsen stays with her. Throws that one up. Then it's rebounded by Berg. Myroth now bringing it up court. Finds Williams. Williams tries to make a pretty pass into Swider, but it's taken easily away by Newsom, and now it's Garner back up court with a nice feed into Johnson, and that's a nice play. Quick in transition, 2 points for the Vikings. Extending this lead to 5 now. Myroth into Williams. Goes back into Madsen. Madsen loses the ball, but recovers it. Back to Williams. To Myroth. Williams looking for an option. Decides to just drive the ball. Leaves off for Berg. Berg back to Williams. Into Myroth. Myroth throws that one up and over Shuayeski. Nice bucket there to bring it back down to 3.
Yeah, just not really looking at the basket, just kind of floating it up as Coach Madsen will call this timeout, trying to get some substitutes in here. 4:26 left to go in this third quarter as the Vikings have started out pretty strong again in this second half. Wheaton, though, still keeping it close, down only by 3. And right now, I think that they've really just got to start playing a little bit smarter. And of course, that's easy to say on my end, but we know that this Wheaton team likes to take their time. They like to be patient, and what we've seen so far is they're being a little bit too quick with their decision making. They're not really getting the best shot that they could get. And the Vikings right now, though they have struggled to shoot the ball, they're getting offensive rebounds and they're just playing their hearts out, and we know why they're undefeated. And right now it's anyone's game.
And the Thunder actually just passing the Vikings in rebounds, 26-25 now. Still definitely not the total that we would like to see, as it's Villison back in the game. Goes over to Shuayeski. Shuayeski steps back and puts up a 3 and hits that one. Another big 3 from Shuayeski, her 3rd of the game. All 9 of her points coming from beyond the arc for Shuayeski, providing an important spark in this third quarter for her team. Ball swings over to Myroth. Moves in, losing the ball there, and then gets kicked out. And this shot goes up, and that one just off target. Rebounded by Villison. Villison goes up to Shuayeski. Shuayeski stops, puts that one up short. Rebounded by the Thunder, and then looks like it was taken away by Lee, but it will stay with the Thunder.
And a great job tracking back by Zeller. Good balance to not force the foul. And then, of course, now Wheaton ball here, down by 6. A little bit of a ways to go to catch up to North Park.
Sanders and Zeller now enter the game for the Thunder. Now it's Swider. Cross court for Myroth to Sanders. Sanders to Williams. Williams into Myroth with a quick shot. That one will miss. We'll have a call here on the Thunder, and it'll go back to the Vikings.
Once again, a quick turnover. Chance to eat into this lead, but now North Park gets the ball back.
And if the Thunder want to have a chance in this game, they have to try to limit these turnovers. Now at 13 on the game, and we were talking a lot about the Vikings turnovers in the second half, but they actually have more points off of turnovers than the Thunder do, so it's not actually leading to much for the Thunder despite the close turnover totals between these two teams. As now Newsom at the line, preparing to take her second free throw. She will get the roll on that one, and she'll bury both of those. Yeah, 14-7 lead in points off of turnovers for the Vikings. Ball goes into Williams. Williams shovels that one up. Goes back to Myroth, and Myroth gets the bank off the glass. Big basket there to keep this at 6. Newsom. Swinging around, finds Lee. Lee looks like foul here will either go on Newsom or her defender Zeller. It will go on Zeller, I believe. The Vikings will head back to the line. Looking to extend this lead is Newsom. Second free throw is up. Buries that one too. Now 4 for 4 for Newsom in this quarter from the line. Myroth. Over to Williams. Quickly back in to Zeller. Able to bury that one, which will prompt the timeout.
Yeah, so not the flashiest plays, but 4 quick points. And as you said, keeping this lead at 6. As it gets progressively larger, it's going to be even more difficult for them to come back once it becomes a 3-possession game or a 4-possession game. And of course, there is an entire quarter after this, but typically the third quarter is where a lot of teams like to go on big runs. So crucial for Wheaton to keep this the way it is. But right now, North Park dominating in a lot of areas, and particularly having a strong third quarter, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. That's good for 66%. Wheaton has not made a 3 in the third quarter so far. And right now just struggling to shoot, as well as struggling to get this offense going. It'll be interesting to see how they come out of this timeout, what changes they make to try and kickstart this offense.
And it looks like Frazier will remain out of the game, so perhaps not liking that matchup with Somerville or Johnson down in the paint area. Still does have 10 of the Thunder points, however, so interesting decision to keep her out of the game. Go for Shuayeski, who inbounds it to Newsom. Newsom now. Swings over to Villison. Villison had a strong second half, moves into Johnson. Johnson stops, puts that one up. That one will roll off. Layup, however, is good from Lee. Nice offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound, I should mention, for the Vikings. Their 9th of the game. Go to Sanders, now to Myroth. Sanders perhaps looking for the ball back, goes to Madsen. Madsen is stripped of the ball, however. It's Johnson with the ball. She's got Newsom down court. That pass way off target, however, and that's a bad turnover for the Vikings.
Yeah, it could have been an easy 2 points there. giving that up. Wheaton catching a break after they had a costly turnover themselves.
Myroth, 4 points, 2 for 6 shooting on the night for her. Swings it over to Berg. Now to Williams. Berg trying to get it in. Down there, it looks like we'll have a foul call on Lee. Looks like she was just reaching in, trying to get the ball from Williams on that pass. And the Thunder will have an opportunity to go to the line for the first time in this quarter. Williams now 9 points, 3 for 10 shooting, so she's been one of the more prolific shooters of the game for Wheaton. Her and Frazier taking the most shots for the Thunder, 10 and 12 respectively. She'll bury both of those free throws. Bring the lead back to 6. Newsom to Villison into Lee. Villison throws it into Johnson. Johnson, nice defense there by Berg. That one will go out of play.
And Berg with 3 personal fouls. That's could have been pretty devastating. Stayed straight up though.
Lee kicks it out to Johnson. To Newsom. Newsom pivots, goes back to Villison. Nice little swat there by Dembski, but Madsen isn't able to get on the end of it, but shot clock will run out. That's a great defensive stand by the Thunder.
Yeah, another good defensive stand, but they're not turning it into points at the other end. This is still a 6-point lead despite this Wheat defense being very solid for the last couple minutes.
Dembski now. Over to Madsen. To Berg. Williams thinks about the shot. Moves over to Myroth. Now looks for a drive to the basket. Defended well yet again by Lee. We'll go off of Lee and we'll stay with the Thunder. 39 seconds to play in this third quarter. Pass goes up to Berg. Dembski into Williams. Williams pivots, throws it up and in, and gets the foul.
And we know that she can angle her body like that. She's a great finisher at the rim. Really great at drawing fouls as well. Nice and one play to cut this to a single possession game at the end of the third quarter.
That's Williams' 12th point of the game, now leading all scorers in this one. Free throw is up and is good. Now 4 for 5 from the stripe this game. Lee now to Newsom. To Shuayeski, cross court to Lee. Newsom with space, swings across to Shuayeski. Shuayeski steps from behind the line, goes back to Villison. Villison kicks out to Lee. Back to Shuayeski. Shuayeski puts it up, got it! Another 3-ball from Shuayeski, just deadly from 3-point range. Berg now in what is a very loud stadium as the clock runs out. Tries for a shot at the end, ends up hitting the clock. And the Thunder not really able to generate a real opportunity in those waning seconds, and the lead is at 6 after the third quarter.
Yeah, and honestly, that's what we expected. North Park couldn't quite extend to they couldn't quite add to their lead because Wheaton was playing some pretty terrific defense, but then on the other end, Wheaton just not great at decision making. Couldn't quite make the right plays, but right now it's still a 6-point lead. Anything can happen. There are 10 minutes left of basketball. Both teams right now are going to be able to talk over what's going on in the game, but so far it's been very exciting to watch. North Park, of course, ending that 3-pointer, or ending with that 3-pointer from Shuayeski. Now 3 for 4 from the third quarter. They're 6 for 10 overall on the night. That's good for 60%. And Wheaton shooting 44%, also a pretty good clip as well.
Yeah, and the Thunder not hitting a 3 in that third quarter, which was pretty big. They've made 4 on the night. 4 in the first half, but not being able to bury one in the third quarter has kind of been the difference, as Shuayeski has been able to hit a couple. 4 for 7 on the night for her. All 12 of her points off of three-pointers. Leading scorer with only 7 field goal attempts as we get back into the fourth quarter. Thunder have some ground to make up. Definitely can do it, but not if they turn the ball over like they just did, and it's picked up by Newsom, and then struggling for the ball is Shuayeski, and just an absolute pile on the court, and it looks like we'll have the ball will go to the Vikings because of the possession arrow.
Williams really just putting everything on the line there, diving on the ball. 3 Vikings players all over her, somehow comes out as the jump. So, yeah, North Park right now going the other way.
Yeah, and the Thunder are going to need those type of plays. The Vikings have looked like they've kind of had the edge on energy in this game, so the Thunder want to try to make up this lead. They're going to need plays like that, effort like that, as it's Newsom now driving the basket, cuts in, tries to feed Johnson. That'll go off, I believe, Berg, and out of bounds, so it will stay with the Vikings. It's still no Frazier for the Thunder. We'll go out to Villison. Villison to Shuayeski with another 3 ball, and hits that one, of course, her 5th three-pointer of the game, just torching the Thunder from three-point land, just absolutely providing the spark that the Vikings need to extend this lead.
And on the other end, Mattson not wasting any time, just going straight for the basket. Draws the foul. This will be the 15th and 16th free throws of the night for Wheaton.
Madsen looking to add to her 4 points on the night. We've taken only with 4 field goal attempts on the night. She's been primarily a facilitator, feeding her teammates throughout the game. It'll be Lee looking to inbound this ball to Newsom. Newsom will carry it up court. Gotta be watching Shuayeski for really the remainder of this game. If you are the Thunder, she is hot right now. Can't give her the space, and that's put up by Villison. You wonder if this is gonna give the Vikings more space to make stuff happen in that paint area, because the Thunder are gonna have to come out. It's brought up by Myroth and kicked out to Frazier, who has just entered the game. She's going to have to be, I think, big for the Thunder, and she has an opportunity for a 3, but that one comes up short, and it's Somerville with the rebound. Quickly brought up court by Villison, trying to keep Madsen off the ball. Driving, baseline, cuts it out, but that pass is too far for Somerville, and that's Madsen one-on-one with Newsom. She's got Myroth over, decides to put up the shot, and that one rolls out. Myroth picks up the rebound, kicks it out, Williams. Madsen with space, puts up the 3, got it! Thunder with a huge 3, back within 6.
A couple of feet behind the line there for Madsen. That's going to be a confidence booster. They need that going forward.
Yeah, huge to get that 3 to bring this game back within range. And now it's Newsom to Myroth. Myroth perhaps considering another 3. I think Dembski will knocking over number 11, Lauren Lee. Yeah, just knocks her to the ground there. And it'll be Newsom to inbound. 7 minutes to play. 8-3 Wheaton Thunder against the 7-0 North Park Vikings in a good one. They've been close all game long. That is no different right now as it goes to number 10, Rapp. Rapp into Somerville, heavily defended and works through to get up the shot, but can't get it to fall. Now it's Myroth. Thunder with an opportunity. Trying to bring this one within 1 possession, and that shot is up and good from Dembski, prompting a timeout from the Vikings back within 3 of the Thunder.
Well, just answering quickly. 2 big 3s, couple feet behind the line for both of them there as Dembski gets on the board. 2 for 3 in the night from behind Eric Madsen's 1 for 2, and now Wheaton shooting 50% from behind the arc. North Park at 7 for 11. That's 63%. And suddenly this lead is 3. So a good timeout call right here. We'll have to see what North Park comes out of this with, but right now they've got to be shaking a little bit.
Yeah, as you said, 2 quick answers, 2 threes for the Thunder. They didn't hit a single one in the third quarter, able to hit 2 already in this final fourth quarter. So definitely just huge plays from the Thunder to cut this lead down. Perhaps realizing that the way to go is from behind the arc in this game. Obviously, would still like to see Frazier get going in that paint area against the likes of Somerville and Johnson, but if the Thunder can make these threes, that would be huge. Really work towards them winning this game. The Thunder will break out of this timeout. We'll prepare to play some defense on this possession. It's Rapp. Goes to Newsom. Newsom throws it over to Garner, newly entering the game. Puts her head down and goes towards the basket and got a good look at it, but just rolls across. I believe we'll have a foul call there. It'll be inbounded by the Vikings. That really is just a strength that we've seen of this Vikings team, is that they have a wide range of players that can enter the game and put up good minutes for them. You see Garner and Rapp enter the game now, and it's Garner feeding it into Somerville. Somerville blocked by Frazier. Great defensive play by Frazier, able to get it done on the defensive end. Goes to Madsen. Madsen with Garner on her. Into Frazier. Frazier gets some separation, but kicks it back out to Williams. Gets the ball back, immediately double team. Then driving there, and that just rims out. That's shot from Myroth. Summer kicks it out to Newsom. Quick pass in to Rapp. Rapp with tons of space, puts up the 3. That one is off, however. The Thunder able to corral the rebound. Madsen up court. Working on Garner. Frazier with some space. Foot maybe on the line. Either way, that misses, so nothing doing for Frazier from long range for much of this game. Newsom knocked down there in a kind of a collision between Newsom and Madsen on that play.
Now see just coming across. And yeah, that foul's going to be on Frazier. Just going to have judge to shove her into Madsen, so Madsen not getting called for the foul there, but if that is on Frazier, that'll be, yeah, and she goes to the bench. That's 4 fouls on Hannah Frazier. Still plenty of game clock left, and that's one of the reasons I think she didn't play that much in that third quarter. She had 3 for most of it. So now picking up her 4th. Thunder without their leading scorer for maybe the foreseeable future.
Yeah, Newsom throwing that up and drawing a whistle. Maybe a little shaken up on that play, but she'll go to the free throw line for 2. Newsom been good all game for the Vikings. Now with 10.6 of which have come from the free throw line. So she's done a great job of getting to the line and putting up points for her team. That one just rolls out. Looked like it was good, but it's a bad roll there, and it'll go to Dembski. Dembski already hit a big 3 in this game, goes into Madsen. Madsen, that ball will roll off Garner and out of play.
And now Swider will come in for Berg. Very small lineup right now for the Thunder. It'll be interesting to see who goes down low. Maybe Swider. She is the tallest player out there right now.
Swider to Dembski. Myroth. To Williams. Still a height advantage despite, as you mentioned, the fact that the Wheaton Thunder are smaller lineup right now. Williams can't get that one to fall. It's Garner now. Kicks it out. Shuayeski, that one is short. Can't add to her 5 3-pointers. That's a, goes to Myroth. Myroth to Swider with the 3. That one just goes out, but rebounded by Myroth, and she'll get the foul called on Newsom.
Good look from Swider, and just look how high Myroth gets to corral that rebound. And just something on the rebound there, and something I failed to mention, Berg coming out. She's got 4 fouls as well. So Berg and Frazier for Wheaton right now on the bench with 4 fouls. Obviously one more and they foul out. And that is the reason you see that the Thunder are going with this small ball lineup right now without their 2 centers in this game.
That ball goes off of Madsen, so a turnover for the Thunder. We'll go back to the Vikings. Thunder with 13 turnovers in this game. Newsom now, guarded by Williams, kicks it out. Garner. This goes into Johnson. Johnson immediately met by Dembski and gets the foul call there. And the Thunder will regain the ball. 4 minutes to play, 4-point lead for the visiting North Park Vikings. This goes into Williams. Williams up top for a quick shot from Dembski. That one just off to the right. Rebounded by Johnson. Great job rebounding from Johnson all game long as Garner cuts towards the middle, lays it up just too hard and off. Found back by Myroth. Myroth with space runs into Newsom, and the call will go against the Vikings.
Yeah, it looks like Newsom just trying to go for another charge, not quite quick enough to keep up with Myroth.
And you can see her shuffle her feet a little bit on that to try to get over. It was definitely not stationary when Myroth made contact. Myroth to Williams. Williams looking for an option. Decides to take it herself and swings it over to Myroth. Myroth and Williams getting a lot of touches for the Thunder all night. Into Williams. Williams puts it up. Now just a 2-point lead for the Vikings. Great job by the Thunder to cut this lead down. They're down by 9 at one point, but is now just 2. 4 minutes to play. Now Garner. Garner with Madsen on her. Nice little feed into Shuayeski, who feeds it to Johnson. Johnson with an easy 2, however. So it looked like her defender, Dembski, fell down there and led to the open shot for her.
And a timeout called by North Park. Just under 4 minutes left to go, and John Mark, you wonder when Coach Madsen is going to put Frazier back in. With those 4 fouls, it's got to be risky, but at this point, down 4, not much time left. What do you think?
I mean, I think with 4 minutes to play, I think you got to start. I think you got to put her in with, like, although that she has struggled this game, I think, like, she's still your best player. She is your best option. You got to have her in the game, at least, if not yet, at least at the 2-minute mark or 2.5-minute mark, I would say, because it's just, I just feel like it's such an important player to have on the court regardless of whatever struggles. Like a player like her, she can always come up big no matter what, no matter if she's been struggling all game or not. And she's still got 10 points, so I think that she can definitely be impactful for the Thunder to close out this game, especially with only a 4-point lead. It's only a 2-possession difference here. She's obviously been impactful on the defensive end as well, and yes, she will come back in this game out of the timeout, so that decision has been made, and we'll see. Like, obviously she has played strong defense, but with 4 fouls that can lead to some, perhaps lessening on the defensive end to try not to get that last foul. Nevertheless, it'll be Myroth bringing the ball up and kicking into Williams. Into Frazier. Frazier, nice feed into Myroth, who scoops it up. Reverse layup is good. Nice pass there from Frazier, making immediate impact. Newsom. Into Shuayeski, who buries another 3. Her 6th 3 of the game. She has undeniably been the difference in this one. Now, Madsen. Thunder need a reply here. Frazier. Frazier's got to be the answer. Scooped up, nice defense by Johnson. Will go off of Johnson and stay with the Thunder.
And once again, we see Johnson matched up on Frazier, not giving an inch despite Frazier having a couple of inches herself over Johnson, knowing that Frazier likes to go to the left, doing a great job defending Wheaton's All-American player.
Trying to find Frazier there as Dembski will go off the hands of North Park defender. The Thunder will inbound this one with 3 minutes to play. Myroth looking for Frazier perhaps, but will play it out to Dembski. Dembski goes across to Myroth. Myroth has Frazier, will play it into Frazier, who's got the mismatch with Shuayeski, but still can't come up with it. Nice help side defense to come and help on that mismatch.
And it was Johnson coming over. And Frazier just cannot get it going down low. 2 straight possessions where she's really been shut down by Jayla Johnston.
Swung to Madsen, 6 seconds on the shot clock, able to get around her defender a little bit, throws it up, will draw the foul. Big free throws here for the Thunder.
Madsen just gonna chuck that one up into the air. She's gone to line twice already tonight. She's made all of her free throws.
Yeah, these are big shots from the line. Try to bring this to a 1-possession game for the Thunder. But unfortunately, that one will roll out, missing her first free throw of the game. Falls to 4 for 5 from the line. She buries that one. We'll have a timeout from the Thunder. 4-point lead, 2:52 to play. Frazier most likely will still be in the game out of this timeout. See if she can get it going against Johnson. Expect Johnson, Shuayeski to remain in the game for the Vikings. They've been probably the 2 biggest players for their team in this game. We'll see what the Thunder can do here on defense.
We're keeping the same lineup out. And Myroth, not much of a shooter, but the other 4, Williams, Frazier, Dembski, and Madsen, all shooting very well from deep. This is the team you want if you want to start making some clutch shots.
Newsom to Lee. Lee, Shuayeski. Garner over to Newsom. Nice D there. Played on Newsom by Madsen to force her towards the baseline.
And just cutting a couple of seconds off the shot clock, only 15 left, and those lost seconds really can creep up on an offense.
Johnson to Garner. The Shuayeski feeds it into Johnson, who's able to gain that ball. So just that shot is put up by Newsom, and she'll draw a foul. She'll go to the line for 3 here.
And you can see Williams can't really believe it as she comes in a very quick sequence of movements, but it looks like Williams got her maybe on the ankle, and Newsom just crumples to the ground. So Newsom with a chance to reclaim the lost points from the missed 3.
Hard to really tell where she made contact with her. Didn't look like she hit the body of Newsom, but yeah, maybe just clipped the ankle on that closeout. Newsom makes the first free throw, trying to bring this lead back up to 6, where it's been for a lot of this game. Hovered around the 3 to 6 range, but North Park has consistently had that lead. She'll miss the 3rd of 3. A bit rebounded by the Thunder. Played to Dembski. Thunder would love to have a basket here. Madsen harassed heavily by Garner, who's able to tip it away, and now it's Shuayeski. And now it goes into Frazier. Frazier to Myroth. Should be an easy layup, but that just won't drop. You gotta put that layup in, especially in this sort of a situation. Newsom bringing the ball up, looking to capitalize off of the missed layup by the Thunder. Garner stopping, cutting, drops her defender, puts it up and hits it. Drops Madsen on the cut and buries the shot, buries the floater. That play will prompt yet another timeout from the Thunder. An incredible move by Garner to put this lead back up to 8.
And that shot just icy. Full of confidence right now. The Vikings not letting up. And now with an 8-point lead, only 1:39 left in the game. Seeming like a mountain to climb for this Wheaton team. And that layup Myroth missed earlier, those are the points you remember, the ones that really should be easy buckets. But right now, the Vikings just defending very well. And on the other end, they're making some good shots, but they're also taking good shot selection. And certainly deserving of their undefeated record so far. And I think safe to say that they have been the better team tonight.
Yeah, definitely. They've seemed to have outplayed Wheaton on a lot of the areas that we thought that Wheaton would have the advantage, such as the rebound game and even the turnover game. Expected the Thunder to be able to be superior in that regard, especially after the second quarter, but has not been the case. Is Myroth with a double pump? Yeah, that's an easy call there for the refs. Travel and a big turnover. Exactly what you don't want to see coming out of a timeout is a turnover like that. Thunder are going to undoubtedly defend this inbound heavily. They're going to need some turnovers if they want to get back into this game. Swarming on the North Park side of the court and chucked up straight in for Shuayeski. Buries that one easily. It's now a 10-point lead. North Park not taking the foot off the gas in these last moments, but extending their lead. A lead that the Thunder had gotten to within 2 at one point, and it goes back to Lee. Another missed possession by the Thunder. It's Lee able to find it. And we got a travel call, however, on the Vikings.
And that was a really great trap. You could kind of see it coming as Myroth did a great job forcing her to the line, and then some help defense coming in from Williams and Dembski. But 10-point lead, it might be too little too late, but still, they are not giving up.
That 10-point lead with a minute to go. The Thunder are going to need some quick strikes on the offensive end. They can't be using the entirety of the shot clock if they want to have a chance. They got to put up shots as it goes to Madsen. Madsen to Myroth. That pass, however, is too far. It'll go back to Dembski for a violation here, and it'll go back to the Vikings.
And that's some pretty incredible defense from North Park. Nothing being given up. Nothing outside. Nothing down low. And really nowhere for any of these Wheaton players to go as now Myroth comes out of the game. So 5 shooters on the floor right now as Swider checks in.
Lee will play this inbound into Newsom. Immediately up on her is Williams. Newsom stops, plays it into Lee. Should just try to milk this shot clock if you are the Vikings, and that's Madsen trying to reach into Shuayeski. Will get called for the foul.
And pretty interesting, Frazier with those 4 fouls. We haven't really seen that come up too much, as North Park really electing to just kind of shoot from the outside. And it's worked. I mean, 10-point lead here. Chance to add to it.
That'll send Shuayeski to the line, who's been so good in this game for the Vikings. 20 points on the night. 6 for 9 from 3-point range, 7 for 11 field goals. Just been huge, predominantly in this second half for the Vikings. The Thunder now down 11 with 27 seconds to go. Still working the ball around. Williams chucks that one up and gets the roll. Cuts it back to 9. And the Thunder will use their final timeout of the game. Perhaps try to draw up some sort of play to create a turnover off this inbound pass.
And this press has got to come to fruition right here. They either have to get the ball back right away or make a quick foul. And I believe North Park is in the bonus, so they only have to foul once and they'll go to the line. We have to imagine at this point a 9-point lead, 3-possession game. That's going to be tough to come back, but this Wheaton team does not give up. We'll see what they come with outside of this timeout, as Coach Madsen undoubtedly drawing up some sort of play to get one of his players open away from this stifling Vikings defense.
Yeah, defense that really has been that good all game long. The Thunder have rarely had an opportunity to take an open shot early in the shot clock. They've normally been going to the very reaches of the shot clock to try to get a good shot off. Just really solid defense from the Vikings. And what a turnaround for this team from when we saw them last year. I believe it was around a 50-point victory for the Thunder in that game where they met last year. So just an incredible turnaround for that team. Yeah, it was an 81-32 Thunder victory in the last meeting between these two teams.
Only 2 freshmen on the team for North Park, so you got to wonder, what was the switch? This is a completely different team that we saw last season, and obviously now undefeated as well, leading the conference. And this is a big conference game as well. If they can come out with a win here, it will really prove to a lot of teams out there what the Vikings are capable of. They might even find themselves ranked.
A win here will bring the Vikings up to 3-0 in conference as the Thunder foul quickly, as we expected, off the inbound. Yeah, we'll move the Vikings up to 3-0. If they're able to finish this one off, the Thunder will fall to 1-2 in their 3 conference games, so definitely not where you want to be for the Thunder in conference. Still obviously a lot of season to go, as it's Newsom taking the second of these free throws, and she buries both. Brings it back up to a double-digit lead, which it has not been at for much of this game. If you're just joining us, this has definitely been a closer game than the scoreboard would seem to indicate, as it's been around 3 to 6 points all game long.
Williams going in with the foul there, so North Park back onto the line. An 11-point lead with just over 11 seconds to go.
Lee will head to the foul line to shoot 2. Hits the first. Lee also been put up some important minutes for the Vikings in this game. Hit a big 3 back in the second quarter to stem the tide that the Thunder were kind of throwing at them in that quarter, as they went on a 10-0 run at one point. We enter the final 3 seconds. Thunder going to try to get a shot off. Williams with a nice drive, throws it up. That one rolls off, and the North Park Vikings will take the victory, 71-58. What a change. What a change from what we saw last year between these two teams. And I mean, this was no fluke. This was truly a strong team that really outplayed the Thunder, I think, front to back in this entire game.
No, absolutely. I couldn't agree more, and especially coming into King Arena, coming into this crowd here at Wheaton. I mean, that's impressive. I really resonate with everything you said, John Mark. This is a North Park team that deserves the 8-0 start that they have to this season. A lot of players, a lot of consistent play from those players, and honestly, they were fun to watch tonight.
And just looking forward for these two teams, as we mentioned, the Thunder will fall to 1-2 in conference, 8-4 overall. Vikings now 3-0 in conference, 8-0 overall. The the Thunder have a slew of conference games coming up. They're now in the thick of their conference schedule. They will go away to North Central on the 1st of January at 5 o'clock. And then Carthage, Carroll, Elmhurst, Illinois Wesleyan will conclude your kind of future schedule coming up. So yes, to conclude, a 13-point victory for the North Park Vikings here in Kings Arena, and we will see you next time here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network for the matchup against Carthage. Thank you for joining us. For John Mark and Don Crowder, we'll see you next time.